Hey guys, what's up? Kardak here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. This round we'll be doing a Wargreymon Omegamon red deck, Omegamon red deck. And sorry this took so long. I've been wanting to put this out for a while, but I had some other content I wanted to put out first. So here it is, and I will be doing some reveal discussions for the Ultimate Power a bit later next week. Very excited for the new releases, and the new spoilers has been very promising, so I'll definitely be doing a discussion on that. But let's get right into this deck profile first. So for this Digitamas, we are running 1 Koromon and 4 Pyokomons. And because Koromon is good because the condition is as long as you have 4, so it doesn't matter if you're attacking your opponent's Digimon or attacking the security. But the problem with this is you need to have 4 evolution bases, so it only really works when you're level 6 or above. Pyokomon works as long as you're attacking your opponent's Digimon, so if you're trying to beat something over that has the same power level as your current Digimon, then that extra 1000 will definitely help you, and you don't have to delete your own Digimon when you attack into it. So I kind of like Pyokomon more because it's just more reliable overall, but Koromon is better once you hit level 6. But I think with all the blue decks running around, they'll probably get discard before you can get to level 6. So next we are going to go with the level 6s. So we're running 4 of the booster set Wargreymon. So he has 2 effects. One is when you evolve this card into this card gets an extra security attack, and during your own turn, when this card attacks and does a security check, your opponent's security effects are not activated. Option card security effects. So it's very good against mirror matches, so your opponent cannot use any of their security effects, which is very bad. If they hit a Nova Force or Gaia Force, then they won't be able to pop your Digimon. And if you are stacking your security attacks onto this, you can wipe out 3 or 4 security cards in one turn, and that could really hurt your opponent, especially if they are relying on those option cards to defend themselves. So that's we're running 4. I am not running the starter deck Wargreymon because that is 4 cost, and that extra cost does kind of hurt the card, and it being relying on having 2 security evolution bases for its extra security attack, I kind of don't like, since there's so many blue decks running around in my community. So I think having this is more reliable. And for the other level 6 slot, we are running Breakthrough instead. This card, I think it's just more reliable than the booster set, the starter deck Wargreymon, because you can just beat over your other opponent's Digimon, and you'll be able to still do security checks. So it's pretty good for that. It's also a 3 cost to evolve, so that's very nice. Next, we're running 2 Omegamons or Omnimons. This card will definitely help you a lot against Agumon decks or Gabumon decks, because they're going to have a lot of either Greymons or Gabumons or Agumons decks, so you can just wipe them all out with your Omegamon. And yeah, the extra attack it gets is also pretty good. Combos pretty well if you have enough security sources with the Tai Tamer card, as well as the Greymon evolution base. Next, we are for level 5s. We're running 4 of the Garudamons. So Garudamon has 2 skills. One of them is just to have piercing, and the other one is to when your opponent blocks, you can draw a card. Like when your opponent blocks this Digimon's attack, you can draw a card. So it gives them a little pressure. So if they block you, you got to draw a card, which is not very good for them because you get more hand advantage. But being 7,000 base, you if it crashes into if you do piercing and it crashes into a level 6, then it's gonna die. So having the extra power boost from your Digitamas is gonna be helpful. And we're also running the Agumon and Greymon that gives power, so that helps a bit too. So Garudamon is very good, very strong. Next, we are running 4 of the rare Metal Greymon, so we're not running a secret one because that one is over my budget. And this one is still pretty good. As a evolution base, it gives pressure to your opponent. If they block you, you get 3 more memory. So that's good because then you can do more plays, which is also bad for your opponent. So either they take the damage or they let you do more plays, which is in turn going to do more damage in the next turn. So very good at applying pressure to your opponent. And yeah, it's a nice cheap alternative to the Metal Greymon from the secret Metal Greymon. That one is strong for its own reasons, but I also feel like that card gives too much memory for your opponent, so I don't really like it that way because it lets them swing back, and that could bite you in the butt later on. So just giving yourself +3 memory is pretty decent in my book. Next, we're running 4 of the Greymon from the start deck. So it just gives your Digimon an extra security check. It's very good combos with pretty much anything that you're going to use to attack. So it's nice. Next, we're running 4 of the Greymons. So this is the Greymon from the booster set, and as an evolution source, it gives your Digimon +2,000 power, which is very good because then you can beat over a lot of stuff, and it also protects your Digimon from high level Digimons during the security check. So I think running 4/4 is pretty good. Next, we're also running 4 blockers just to help you out with fending off your opponent. For the level 3s, we are running 4 of the Tamer Search Agumon. It's mainly to help you search for the Taichi, which is good because starting with 3 memory every turn, at least 3 memory every turn, will help you out in the long run. Next, we're running 4 of the start deck Agumon. Getting +1,000 power doesn't seem like a lot, but it builds up if you're using the in trainings as well as the other Greymons. And again, mainly you want this to support your late game attackers so they don't get destroyed during security check, especially if you are adding security attacks to your Digimon. So you want to keep checking the security checks, so you don't want to die midway and then lose out on that. So it's nice to have the extra power. So your Wargreymon, when they attack, not only can you do your security checks and not be worried about option cards, you can also be not worried about checking into something that's really strong that can, shut down your security checks. Main thing you're really worried about after that is checking into a Omegamon because it's 15k. So you're gonna need to. It's gonna be really hard for you to get over that if you're checking into a Omegamon. So next we are running 4 of the Pyomon. Mainly running this because it's a cheap 2 cost, level 3 to play. It also has 3,000 power. So actually, if you really want to beat down a champion level, if you have a Pyomon, you can use a cheap 2 cost to beat into it. Or it's going to be 0 cost when we call it, but yeah. Anyway, it's 3,000, it's not bad. I like running some cheap to play rookies just to have a little bit of extra oomph. Next, we're running 4 Taichis. Nothing much to say there. It's Taichi. Gets you to 3 memory if you are 2 or below when you're at the beginning of return. And also gives your red Digimon an extra security attack if they have 4 or more evolution bases. Not super common to occur if you're playing against blue decks, but in the events that you do come out from the raising area, which you should start off, if you're planning to raise a Wargreymon in your training area, raise it to Metal Greymon, and then push it out when it's Metal Greymon, and then evolve into the Wargreymon, and then it'll have the 4 evolution source, so then you'll get at least 3 security checks. If you have a Greymon, then you'll have 4 security checks. So that'll be pretty strong, and you can wipe out a lot of your opponent's shield that way, or security cards that way. Next, we're running 2 Starlight Explosion. This card is mainly to protect yourself. Again, if you're playing against a mirror match and they're using Wargreymon, then tough luck. But everything else, it does a pretty good job at defending you. Pretty much puts all of even your level 3s at 10k. So if they're attacking with level 4s or 5s, then they're gonna crash most of the time. And last but not least, we're running 4 Gaia Force. You really want to have this in your security cards, so you can just blow up your opponent's Digimon and stop them from attacking with it again next turn. So overall, this deck, it's pretty consistent in my books. Sometimes you might not have enough level 5s to go into, but it's really hard to balance out because you really want to have the level 4s and 3s most of the time to start the game. So running 8 level 5s is enough, and you really want to have the level 6s, like 6 level 6 I think is a pretty good number, and then 2 level 7s is just pretty good. Yeah, Omegamon, it's pretty solid. So overall, I think this deck, it's pretty consistent. Anyway, let me know if you guys have any other suggestions. I am definitely open. This deck is still pretty new to me, so I definitely will make mistakes, and maybe I'm thinking too one-sided, and there's another method to play this deck that I don't know yet. So if you guys have any opinions or any suggestions, let me know, and I'll think about it and see if I can implement it in my next build. But for next, I'll probably be doing the reveal discussion soon, because the Digimon is out, and I am so happy about the new cards. They look pretty fun to play. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Kartaku, and I'm signing out. Bye!